Hello everyone, my name is Sjoerd and I will be presenting the Plantagochi. So before I'll talk more about the Plantagochi, I want to talk about who we designed it for and how we came into this idea. So we were asked to focus on the administrative staff of Utrecht University to see if we can improve their working conditions or their health conditions or in any other way help them with their work or make it more enjoyable. So what we did is we went to them and interviewed most of them, and we figured out that they were having, there were a lot of positive things. They were having fun at the workplace, they trusted each other, the workload was alright, the planning was great, they did have enough breaks, but they did have some problems, and these problems were mostly focused on their environment, meaning their workplace environment. So with that I mean that they suffered from bad air quality, they suffered from noise, and they sometimes suffered from some disturbances. What is interesting about this is that when we looked into this, we saw that Utrecht University actually already did a lot of research on the air quality within this workplace environment, and that they didn't find any problems with the air quality. Their air quality was actually pretty good. So it's not the actual air quality that's here as the problem, but it's actually the perceived air quality. And he said that this perceived air quality was made better by art and plants, making them less focused on the actual issue, and also sometimes believing that plants made the workplace air quality better. So we wanted to focus more upon if we can do something fun with plants to make them to further improve the perceived air quality. So the first thing that we figured out was, they have to see the plants, they have to notice them, and they have to know about the positive properties that these plants have. So we thought about making a green wall. So directly, once you would open up the door, you would see a lot of plants, and knowing the positive effects, maybe this will already improve their perceived air quality. Only this was made impossible because of the limited space they have. So we decided not to go further with the green wall, and we thought, maybe we can do something about the noise. So they were suffering from noise. This noise was caused by a ventilation system that created so much noise that it sometimes disturbed them even. And we thought, what if we create plants that are dancing? So they don't have to actually be dancing around. They can also just have a speaker, and the speaker would create white noise that would make the sound of the ventilator less noticeable. So that the sound of the speaker would, for instance, have wind, or the sound of wind going through bushes or through trees, which is a much more enjoyable and pleasant sound than the sound of a ventilation system, and also makes you feel like you're outside, maybe also improving upon their perceived air quality. But we decided not to go further with this idea, mainly because this noise could also be easily perceived as annoying. And also we would have to repeat the same sound a lot of the time, making it easily just as annoying as the ventilation system. In the end, we decided to go with the idea of making a smart plant. And I'll talk more about why we chose that. So the smart plant, we call it the Plantagochi, which is of course the name Tamagotchi, which is a very friendly, happy digital pocket friend, that we would combine this pocket friend but then make it into more of a taking care of your plant idea. So why a smart plant? So if we would have a smart plant and they would have more space later, we could always make it into a green wall later, which is still an idea that we like. We wanted to create it in a way that it really improves the perceived air quality, and we also think it's a very feasible idea. So we create a low fidelity prototype over a Plantagochi, which is demonstrated here. It's a 1-minute video, and basically what it shows is a person that forgets about their plants and their plants dying, and that they want a solution for it. And then after 30 seconds it shows you the Plantagochi itself. So it shows you how you would have a plant with a smiley face on it, so you know it's happy, you know there's nothing you have to do with it, or it could be neutral, or it could be sad. And if you would have a sad plant, of course you have to give it some water or give it any other nutrients to improve its life, to make it happier, to make it happy again. This is pretty much what the user story would be. So basically you're sitting behind your desk, you only have to have one look at all the plants. You can easily see which one are sad or neutral or happy. And if one is sad, maybe it makes you a little sad too, which creates an emotional response for you to give it some water and to make the plants happy again after giving it some water. So what is cool about this low fidelity prototype is that we used emotions instead of just raw data. So we won't show any numbers, it's just a smiley face or a sad face, and you can easily make the plant happy again by giving it some water or giving it some other nutrients. So it's very easy to use, and it's also very easy to understand. And because it would have one problem that it could have is that because it needs a small computer for this to run, computers of course aren't waterproof, so we created a pod, a plant pod, where the Arduino would go on the side, making a small compartment that is waterproof, so that this will no longer be an issue, and that you wouldn't even, if the idea is that you wouldn't even see it. We wanted to go back to the staff to ask them if they liked our idea. However, because of the coronavirus, we weren't able to do the face-to-face evaluation. Instead, we made the video that we just showed you, and we did a survey with 24 participants online to see what they think of it and see if they liked it, and if they could give us any tips or tricks on how to improve it. And what they said is that, well, in general, they were very positive and that they liked the idea. Some users asked, well, what if I don't see the smiley? What if I put it somewhere up on the closet or, somewhere that I won't see it every day? Then it might die, even though it has a smiley face or a sad face. I might not even see the sad face. And also someone else said, well, if you wanted to improve the perceived air quality, like if you want to make me feel as if the air quality is actually getting better, it should tell me more than just a smiley face or a sad face. So we wanted to improve this by giving the user more information than just a smiley, neutral, sad face, also giving it more tips on how to make it more happy. We did this by making a smartphone application. So if the plant becomes sad, or maybe even neutral, depending on your settings, you will get a notification saying, hey, give me some water, I might die. Well, it doesn't say that it might die, but it does say give me some water. The loading screen is basically a growing plant. You can look into the statistics. How many times did you give it water? What kind of plant is it? And also we give you tips on how to take better care of your plant and what kind of nutrition it needs. Just tips and tricks on how to take better care of it. You can have an overview, so you don't just need, you can have much more than one plant, especially if you would want to make a green wall. You can have many plants. You can, in one overview, you would be able to see all the different plants and what kind of care they would need. This is in general the presentation. I hope you like the idea, but feel free to ask questions. And if you have any ideas or any other comment, please feel free to ask them. Thank you.